Welcome, Guten Moed. Today we're going to discuss the last day of Pesach. Before we do that, I'd like to remind everyone, I hope you're seeing this before Yom Tov, and if so, please remember to make an Erev Tavshilin, because the Yom Tov is on Friday. Tonight, of course, will Ben Shlicht, and tomorrow is Friday, and we can't cook on one day Yom Tov for the next, unless we make an Erev Tavshilin today on Thursday. Please remember to make an Erev Tavshilin. The instructions for that can easily be found in your Machzor. The last day of Pesach, known as Acharon Shel Pesach, the last day of Pesach, is a minhag that we say Yizkor. And Yizkor, of course, is a day of remembrance. I've had some calls about it, and we've discussed it in the past. It's not a time of mourning. We wouldn't want to bring a sense of mourning into the Yom Tov. In fact, most people do not light yahrzeit candles on Yom Tov for Yizkor. It's the proper thing not to light them because it brings a sense of mourning to the home. Because Yizkor is not mourning. Yizkor is remembrance. And rather than bring a sense of mourning to our Yom Tov, the Yizkor is a reminder of the fact that there's a positive about our remembering our dearly departed beloved ones. In fact, Yizkor is not a major feature in Halacha. It is mentioned in reference to Yom Kippur. It's mentioned in Siman Tov Reish Chaf Aleph, where it talks about Yom HaKippurim, that there's a double expression of Yom Kippur to bring kapara not only to us but to the departed ones too, and that's why we say Yizkor. In addition, in Siman Tov Tzadik Dalid, the Mishnah Berurah in Sifkat Yud Zayin brings down that whenever Kol HaBechor is read, which can be found in Parshas Re'eh, dealing with the mitzvah of tzedakah, before we remember and our mazkir neshamos, when we remember the departed, we donate tzedakah in their memory, of course, in the concept of bra mizaka abba, that a child is remembering and giving zechus to the parents who are no longer here, and yet by the giving of charity, tzedakah, in their memory, we are elevating their souls. The concept, therefore, is not one of mourning, but rather one of remembrance. We're remembering the past. Now that does not necessarily bring mourning. On the contrary, when a Jew remembers the past, they're remembering the gifts of life that the parent gave them. More than the gift of life, they gave them the Jewish heritage. And by keeping the Yom Tov, and by observing Pesach, by making a Seder, by bringing together Klal Yisrael in the observance of this 3,330-year-old tradition, there's something to be said that's extremely positive. We're remembering. We have not forgotten. We've kept your promise. Your promise was to carry on the unbroken chain of tradition of the Jewish people. By virtue of our remembering of you, we are fulfilling and carrying on the purpose of your life. And consequently, it is not at all a sense of mourning, but a sense of I've done my job. I've done what you sent me out to do. You asked me to never forget and to remember and to uplift the Jewish people for all time and forever through the observance of the Yom Tov. And when I say Yizkor, I'm doing exactly that. I'm remembering, not mourning. Just remembering. And how positive is the remembrance of the Jewish people, because it goes on and on and on. from generation to generation in an unbroken chain. And I am a link through the past as I remember the past and keep the chain going. That is an extremely positive thing, and it is not at all to be connected with mourning, but rather to lift us up in the concept of the remembrance, the memory, the eternity through memory of Klal Yisrael and our connection with the eternal, with Hashem. What a great way to end the Yom Tov, on the note that we kept it. Chasal Seder Pesach. We've completed all of Pesach, and we've done it in the right way. And ultimately, L'Shana Haba B'Yerushalayim HaBenuya. We will join together in the rebuilding of Yerushalayim. B'mheira v'yameinu. Have a wonderful Yom Tov, a wonderful Shabbos, and keep the flame going.